Good morning, Giants. On behalf of the class of 2020, we welcome you to the celebration honoring the accomplishments of Redwood's amazing seniors. My name is Delaney Anderson, and I've had the honor to serve as the senior class vice president this year. Wow, we've been gone for 3 months now, and Redwood's sure looking a lot different. All jokes aside, it's great that we're able to be here today at the Marin Civic Center. Though it's definitely not a typical Redwood commencement ceremony, I'm confident it will be a day we'll never forget. As my fellow classmates will certainly remember, during our first 2 years at Redwood, we were all fortunate to have the opportunity to eat 3 Twins ice cream in the CEA every day. One of my favorite flavors, and perhaps others will agree, was bittersweet chocolate. The reason I say this today is because we're currently experiencing a bittersweet moment in our lives. On the one hand, we're dealing with a global pandemic, which has drastically altered the course of our senior year and left all our futures uncertain. We're also witnessing racial injustice that has led to widespread protests in our cities across the country. However, today we're able to enjoy a bit of what's sweet in life and commemorate our seniors. The class of 2020 has made it here today with resilience together. As the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle once said, "The whole is greater than the sum of its parts." While each of my classmates have different interests and have traversed a distinctly personal road to be here today, as a group, we're stronger and more impactful together than apart. Together, using our grit, our versatility, and our commitment to helping the community at large, we can accomplish a great deal as the united class of 2020. So let us celebrate our time at Redwood and give cheers to new beginnings. With that said, I would like to thank Mr. Sondheim, the administration, and our senior class officers, Mr. Hart and Ms. Kornfeld, for their unwavering support these past 4 years. And now I'd like to thank Mr. Sondheim and bring him to the stage. Thank you.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome and thank all the family and friends of today's graduating seniors here at the Marin Civic Center and watching from home. Your support of this graduating class has been instrumental in their success and has provided a foundation for their success for years to come. We are incredibly fortunate to be able to have our graduation in this beautiful location. And I'd like to thank the Marin Civic Center staff, particularly Gabriella, Sarah, Tony, Joe, Marty, and all the others who are here making this happen. I'd like to thank the Marin County Public Health Department, the Redwood High School Foundation, the class of 2020, and its incredible senior class officers. The Central Marin Police Authority, our assistant principals, campus assistants, and staff members for all going above and beyond to make this graduation a reality. Our seniors and senior parents shared with us what you most wanted for your graduation was to be together, and here we are, together to celebrate you and your completion of high school. To make sure the ceremony goes well in these unique conditions, please remember, only the graduating seniors must be outside the vehicle. Seniors should be in front of the vehicle and directly next to the vehicle. Seniors and anyone inside a car with windows open must wear a mask or face covering. Social distancing of 6 feet or more must be maintained at all times. Seniors, when we call your name later in the ceremony, wave your diploma and your hands in the air so we can see you. Please do not use noisemakers but do cheer loudly as we read each graduate's name. Please do not throw your caps in the air at the conclusion of the ceremony so we can maintain health safety and you can keep your beautifully decorated caps. Please do not smoke on the premises. And lastly, all seniors at this time, please make sure you're in front of your car and your tassel is on the right side of your cap. Thank you for following these rules to help maintain health safety and be respectful of the Marin Civic Center who kindly invited us to this location. Before going any further, I would like to ask us to observe a moment of silence for Redwood Senior Stuart Fife, who can't be with us here today, but will always remain in our hearts. Thank you. Please remember, we have never had a great graduation like this before. Please be patient with any glitches that may occur. We were not able to do our normal preparation and rehearsals. We were not able to meet with every graduating senior to find out exactly how they would like their name pronounced. It is likely that some names may be mispronounced, and you may see an error or two in the slideshow or video segments because this is all new to all of us. But here's the thing. We are together, and we love the class of 2020. Your perseverance and positive attitude during all that has occurred at the end of your senior year has been inspiring. Based on your input and your overwhelming desire to be together for your graduation ceremony, we decided that the possibility of a few errors was worth being able to be together on this special day. Lastly, class of 2020. There are many serious issues facing all of us at this time, but this is a moment for celebration. And even in the toughest of times, it is important for you and your families to celebrate. Enjoy your graduation, and remember to thank your families for their hard work and love for you that have helped you to be the success you are and that you will become as you leave us. Congratulations, class of 2020. I am now honored to present the singing of our national anthem on the video screen behind me by Sophia Rossler.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night
Hi, everyone. My name is Josh Chan, and I'm honored to have served as your student body president this past year. First off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who made this event possible, including the staff, the parents, and of course, my fellow classmates. I have to admit, now that I'm up here, when I first dreamt about giving a graduation speech, I never imagined it would feel like speaking at a car dealership summer sales event. I've never had this many vehicles as an audience before, but this isn't the most unexpected thing to happen, so let's keep going. These past few weeks, I've been thinking about how everyone's eyes are on the class of 2020. People are wondering, how will we react? How will this affect the way we live the rest of our lives? We've already cemented ourselves into the history books, but our narrative as a generation has only begun. This is a lot of responsibility for us to handle, but we can use this opportunity to leave a legacy of resilience, optimism, and strength. Knowing all of you, I firmly believe we are ready for this challenge. To represent our class, one of our peers designed this class flag. Please put your hands together for Cameron Begarian. If there's one thing I learned about the class of 2020, it's that we are way more than our circumstances. We've always excelled in art, athletics, and academics. Now I want to honor our salutatorians. These are the students who achieved a cumulative GPA of 4.0 or higher throughout their 4 years. If you have achieved this academic excellence, please stand tall and raise your caps as we give you a huge, well-deserved round of applause. Our grade is amazing. In fact, this year we have not one, but 2 valedictorians. Please put your hands together for Ava Oppenheim and Will Lester. Ava is a 4-time field hockey MVP, the winner of a National Merit Scholarship, and she sat in front of me in my AP Stat class. When she wasn't clearing up my many confusions in that classroom, she was teaching field hockey skills to young girls through her club, RTK Marin. She is incredibly thoughtful, kind, and genuine. Will is a talented musician, a caring individual, and one of the most humble people I know. Just to prove the point, in the most recent issue of the Redwood Bark, he said, "I didn't expect to win. I was surprised when Mr. Sondheim called me. I thought I was in trouble." Will also does incredible work for the community. He is an active member of the Mental Health Awareness Club, and he spends every week teaching music to the special education program. Through his club, Music Makes Your Day. I'm so proud of both Will and Ava, and I'm glad they are representing our class well. Before I hand it over to them, I just wanted to say, we've come so far, but at the same time, we're only getting started. Thank you.
I'm sure that many of you do not know who I am. And for those of you that do, you're most likely surprised to see me speaking here. Trust me, I am too. Before I begin, I'd like to thank everyone who helped me get to where I am today. Thank you to my fellow classmates who brought life and excitement to the Redwood community. Thank you to Tammy in the attendance office. I apologize for my frequent visits. Thank you to my teachers for tolerating my antics in the classroom, especially Ms. Kurtaz. Thank you to my friends for shaping my growth from freshman year to now. And lastly, thank you to my family for always being kind, loving, and supportive of my many, often foolish endeavors. I would like to congratulate Redwood's class of 2020. We did it. Obviously, these are not the conditions that we imagined ourselves graduating under, but it is what it is. I wish we could celebrate the end of an era together, with Monte Cristos in hand on the South Lawn. Unfortunately, that is no longer a possibility. Over the past 4 years, we have made unforgettable memories together, from jumping the fence and escaping the football field during the first false alarm of sophomore year, to watching Kylie get taken out in last year's spring rally. These shared experiences have created tight bonds that have helped us get through these unprecedented times. Our country has lost a lot this year, considering the ongoing pandemic and recent tragedies in the news. However, one loss from January that reached millions across the globe was the death of Kobe Bryant. From being a 5-time finals champion to winning an Oscar for his first major video production, Kobe is someone who embodied greatness in everything he did. While he was revered for his Mamba mentality and intensity with which he played the game of basketball, Kobe truly separated himself from the pack with his intelligence, one time stating, "These young guys are playing checkers, I'm out there playing chess." Looking forward to our next 4 years in college and our subsequent years in the real world, I encourage all of you to play chess in your upcoming pursuits. To approach your challenges not only with a relentless drive to overcome them, but also an intelligent strategy that finds the best way to do so. Just take a look around this drive-through graduation. How many people showed up driving a Tesla? Probably a lot. But it's even more impressive when you know that Elon Musk did not spend a single cent on advertising. That is playing chess. I entered high school with the belief that it was merely a stepping stone to college. I couldn't have been more incorrect. High school is a time to learn, grow, and find out what matters to you. It is also a time to make mistakes, try new things, and make connections that will hopefully live on for years to come. We're clearly in the middle of a very chaotic time in human history, but I urge all of you to try to communicate, smile, and laugh more. These are the parts of life that make us human and allow us to have a little bit of fun. Thank you.
Class of 2020. We had some good times, didn't we? We went to Gold Country and Outdoor Ed. We navigated the middle school lunch tables. We had swim unit, dance unit, and just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, that awkward sex ed unit. Hey, but at least there was badminton. We played on athletic teams and won dozens of MCAL pennants, performed in drama shows, and went to junior prom and the back-to-school dance. We made art, sang, volunteered, trekked out to the portables, and hopped the fence by the football field. The past decade was one of childhood and growth. In this next decade, we must embrace adulthood. In our formative years, we have firsthand awareness of the intense separations in our society: physical, political, and social. Because of this, we have a distinct outlook on the world around us, what we value, and what we hope to achieve. We know the problems that threaten our world. We experience the effects of climate change through wildfires. We are surprised by how divided our society is when faced with major emergencies that require self-sacrifice and self-reflection. We watch senseless, heinous deaths in our own country. We live with the racism, bigotry, inequality, and tribalism that sever connections between fellow Americans. Let's not sit back and allow this to continue. You and I must remedy this. We will pursue futures in service, science, business, politics, social justice, and countless other fields with the potential to help heal our wounds. In all our endeavors, we bear responsibility to ourselves and each other, no matter what our life experiences or philosophies may be. Previous generations made some headway, but not enough. The time has come to take these crucial matters into our own hands. Let's start by cleaning our own house. We must reflect on our biases and beliefs. We must commit to treating others fairly, equally, and without prejudice. Always. And when faced with injustice in the words or actions of others, we must recognize the wrong and act to educate. We must ensure that all people in our community are treated with the respect, dignity, love, and kindness they fundamentally deserve. We need to look inside ourselves to find the compassion for our neighbors should be the foundation of our interactions. This isn't the middle school lunch table anymore. As the ancient Greeks said 3,000 years ago, a society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. We, the class of 2020, are not old men, but we can join together and get our shovels out to start planting.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a sea dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you,
because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
and just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes by a wind off the sea, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you,
Because I knew you,
because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
A love letter to the class of 2020, my fellow graduates. Wolf, Austin, Fitzgerald. For the last 4 years, some of my most influential friends have been authors. They helped me through AP Comp, literature. They even assisted my college applications. They were my teachers, along with my Redwood teachers. It was authors who taught me to party like Gatsby, love like Darcy, read like Granger, wander like Caulfield, write like Joe, and adventure like Alice. I owe much to my friends and authors, but I owe them most of all for giving me a voice. Redwood High School gave me an artistic voice, a community where I can express myself. And we've all found a means of expression somewhere, on a stage, a field, a palette, a class. Still, we have to continue to find and use our voice outside of these halls. I mean, those halls. My friend Shakespeare said, "Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice." When you find what you have to say, don't be silent, but don't be careless. I suppose the real advice is to stay engaged, fight apathy. MLK said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." Find what matters and fight for it. We grew up in the Me Too movement. We grew up during COVID-19, during the Black Lives Matter movement, times where people fought injustice and chaos. But I still remember playing Foursquare in the Kent Middle School yard with my best friend. I still remember walking around campus at orientation scared out of my mind to be a high schooler. I still remember being taught the ABCs, yet somewhere along the way we were taught how to persevere. Redwood gave us our platform. It shared with us all the knowledge it could, gave us our voice, but it's up to us to use it. Redwood High School is a unique place. We are an astonishing class filled with national merit scholars, state soccer champions, Juilliard performers, and more. In the last 4 years, even when I felt raw and voiceless, I knew that these people before me, some of my closest friends, would lift me up and scream out into the world for me. And if your voice runs out, remember how Rumi said, "Listen to silence. It has so much to say." Sometimes our greatest strength is listening to the silent moments, hearing others instead of oneself. Life will be dull and exciting. It will be sorrowful and joyful. It will pass us by and it will take our breath away. It will be loud and it will be silent. Authors remind us that there's life outside of our own and give us our voice. And they teach us that when the world refuses to hear you, be loud. Be your own advocate. Our graduation is just one incredible milestone, but there are many more ahead of us. I encourage you to be bold and make a choice. And remember, the one thing you will always have is your voice. Happy graduation.
Giants, welcome to the end of Chapter 1. It's been a long, crazy few pages, and to be honest, I don't know what genre we've been reading.
Throughout these past 4 years, we've been through so much together.
And one thing's for certain, our chapter has been unique. Among every other grade that has come before us, we certainly stand out. We're the class of 2020 after all.
It's been a wild ride, and whoever has been writing our chapter has thrown us more than a few curveballs. But one thing we've learned in our 4 years at Redwood is how to approach change.
Luckily, we made it. We've jumped through hoops and climbed over mountains. And through the obstacles we've dealt with, we've only grown closer and stronger together.
So, as we're gathered here at the Civic Center, celebrating all that we've accomplished these past 4 years, we'd like to leave you all with one parting thought.
That is to approach change with compassion and to find the silver linings written around the obstacles in our chapter.
Now, let's take a look at some of the past locations and events that have defined our times as Giants. Lucky's Supermarket, where it all began.
We never did get a chance to yell at the freshmen. Parking policy.
The Redwood football field, where so many great memories were made, especially this one.
Giants, no, stop! There's only one phone, you need to each call it one at a time.
Very safe bus ride. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Breaking news! Nobody cares about the sunset pictures on your Snapchat story. Thank you.
In and out. Quality you can taste, and security guards that make you uncomfortable.
You see, Giants, throughout all of the complication, places like these have always served as silver linings. Things we can be grateful for and can hold close to our hearts no matter what.
Vietnamese monk and peace activist Thich Nhat Hanh puts it in perspective very well. He wrote the following during his studies on how to handle change.
Quote, "Joy, peace, freedom, and harmony are not individual matters. Everything we think, feel, and do has an effect on our ancestors and all future generations. If we take one step mindfully, we do it for everyone, both past and present." End quote.
Giants, we are now given the unique opportunity to become catalysts for change in the world. These past few months have been rough, but if we apply the words of Nhat Hanh, we could look at them in a slightly more positive light.
While we've been sitting at home, we've in turn been able to spend more time with our families and gain the ability to make memories to last a lifetime, something we likely would have missed out on during our normal, rushed lives.
So Giants, as we emerge from our pantries and bedrooms, take a deep breath, hug your friends and family, and be mindful of what you put out into the world. We urge you, slow down, make memories, and reflect on those that lie in the past. There has always been silver linings, so long as we learn to approach change with compassion, rather than by blocking it out.
We love you all. Now get out there and do something giant.
Places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. All these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something
Freshman year.
Remember when the fire alarms would get us out of class? And if you were lucky, a test?
Remember when the square hallways felt like a maze?
Remember when we would rush to the CEA line at every break?
Remember when we could use Instagram and Snapchat on the school Wi-Fi? That ended quickly.
Remember when we closed school for the rainstorm? It was like our own snow day.
Remember when we had 3 Trins ice cream in the CEA and in real life?
Remember when we had Monday advisory with the different houses and handshakes?
Sophomore year!
Remember when we couldn't dress up in our Halloween costumes?
Remember when we tried to make a lip dub, but it clearly couldn't live up to the original one?
Remember when your friends got their license so they had to take it out of the CEA?
Remember when we were all trapped on the field for the bomb threat and had to jump the fence to escape?
Remember when we could drive out to lunch and it was a high-stress speed race?
Remember the swim unit and having to shower in the locker room?
Junior year!
Remember when we became upperclassmen and got to have whistles at the BTSD?
Remember how we were the last class required to take standardized tests?
Remember when we got to school at 7:05 scrambling for a parking spot?
Remember when going to the CEA became a memory?
Remember when we went from parking on Junior Row to getting tickets in the neighborhood?
Remember when Branson pranked us with a geotag?
Remember when varsity baseball won MCALs for the 3rd year in a row?
Remember when we got to share a laugh with our friends in the hallway?
Remember when the seniors at the time thought losing part of their senior rally was a big deal? Poor class of 2019.
Remember when we had a prom?
Senior year! Remember when we went to school?
Remember when we had senior homecoming? Me neither.
Remember in the fall semester when Redwood Sports won 7 different MCAL titles and Redwood football winning its first in 21 years? Go Giants, baby.
Remember when we missed school for a few days to sit in the dark at home?
Remember when boys varsity soccer made it to the state finals?
Remember when ASB President Josh Chan provided us with some lunchtime entertainment and shaved his head?
Remember when we had World Raps in the CEA for like a week?
Remember when we had senior prom? Yeah, me neither.
Congratulations, class of 2020!
Good morning. My name is Stephen Hart. I'm a social studies teacher at Redwood and one of the senior class advisors. We would now like to begin with the part you're all waiting for, the reading of the names. We would like to welcome everybody to cheer nice and loud for each of our graduates. Samuel Christian Abbott. Elliot Rose Abrams. Rami Abuhalawa. Indy Adamich. Maria Michelle Alexander. Callaway Augustus Allen. Carlos Stephen Alumia. Yahya Hashim Al-Zarjawi. Jackson Carver Ames. Pasquale Emilio Ancona. Delaney Marie Anderson. Tylen Yu Angulo. Mila Anino. Alden Agpalasin Arsena III. Tyler Fletcher Argov. Abril Arias. Caroline Wells Atkinson. Amanda Ayers. Zoe Olivia Babikian. Cameron Rod Bagarian. Duncan O. Bailey. Evelyn Bailey. Alec Joseph Bartlett. Sumaya Anwar Bassa. Michaela Noor Bieberman. Lyle Sadie Belger. Ricardo Benavides Espinosa. Jack Fenway Benbow. Kayla Marie Bennett. Sky Lorraine Benyon. Rachel Alexandra Berg. Lucy Catherine Berry. Claire Lily Bixer. Kaya Ashley Bindles. Matthew Birchenough. Zachary Bo Bierston. Elizabeth Mariana Blasey. Declan Stevenson Block. Jacob Richard Blum. Natsuda Bunlua. Petra Rose Boothby. Devin Elizabeth Bosley. Celine Bouchakra. Grace Louise Boughton. Kyler William Brady. Coburn Tavis Lyon Brassey. Olivia Rose Breckus Levinsky. Leo Oliver Buckler. Pete Buchner. Avery Elizabeth Bunch. Julia Ansi Burlingame. Owen Nicholas Burns. Kyle Richard Burrows. Blake Keali Inui Polole Imaikalani Kaindek. Val Borka Jean Califf. Joseph Scott Calzaretta. Yanni Andrew Caparis. Zachary Angelo Capoletti. Lily Catalina Carbolito. Marco Knight Carbolito. Charlotte Rose Carrick. Skylar Elliott Galland Carey. Reagan Jane Carlson. Ryan James Carlson. Emma Rose Carpenter. Quentin Robert Carroll. Michael David Carruthers III. Joshua Michael Espinas Chan. Taylor Williamson Charles. I would now like to invite up our other senior class advisor, Miss Lindsay Kornfeld, for the rest of the names.
George William Sebastian Kristen. Luca John Sigalani. Sean Clark. Tyler Coleman. Emily Sean Cummins. Vanessa Elizabeth Cummins. Sarah Grace Conant. Elizabeth Eleanor Mary Conran. Ane Antaramayan Cook. Garrett Ryan Cook. Holden Hain Cooper. Noe Corin. Maxfield Costa. Tobias Lewis Coughlin. Oh, there we go. Ava Rose Coven. Ella Jean Crabtree. Renan de Morris Costa Cruz. Mark Anthony Cullen. Zan Jonathan Curley. Sophia Ann Curtaz. Cassandra Rose Cushy. Anya Marie Cutter. Adlai Helen DeRazio. Jenna Nicole Dolan. Arturo Dinell. Sophia Dracoli Sarah. Ethan Liner Davis. Ruthie Lem de Brito. Jorge Adrian de Leon. Massimo Luigi de Soma. Carlo Jean de Franzo. Eduardo Avel Diaz Tecun. Kennedy Marialis Dora. Camille Charlotte Dupuis. Charles Gibson Dyer III. Tatum Maheulani Ego. Saul Augustus Epstein. Alexandra Manahe Erickson. Josue Isaias Escobar Aragon. Ryan Fairchild. Oliver Cyrus Farbod. Hayden Jack Fargo. Bruna Resende Faria. Daniel Xavier Rogers Fassler. Olivia Rose Fee. Chloe Ann Feehan. Mateus Brazil Farrow. Jack Hudson Finnegan. Alexandra Nicole Pfister. Michael Terrence Fitzsimmons. Claire Thurlow Fogarty. Thor Killian Folsom. Francesca Carmenia Fox. Cassidy Helena Fargakis. Sarah Franchetti. Lauren Crossett French. Nicole Soroya Fuchs. Christopher Sean Fugner. Talia Lauren Funk. Eric Landon Goltz. Drake Alexander Goodman. Maya Simone Holland. Avery Elizabeth Lieberman. Yesenia Mendieta. Brandon Quinn Newhard. Srirash Yash Puri. Noah Ollie Sari. Matthew Evan Siegel. Congratulations, graduates! Woo! All right. I I would now like to turn it back over to Principal David Sondheim for the turning of the tassels. Congratulations.
Class of 2020. As you leave Redwood, I ask you to consider three things. Be empathetic. Seek to understand others before seeking to be understood. Try to understand a viewpoint that is different than your own. In difficult times, reach out to others as you would want someone to reach out to you. Remember when someone has been there for you and how it helped. Use that feeling to motivate you to overcome any hesitation of reaching out. Ultimately, all of us are dependent on each other if we are to make our earth and our society a better place. Working together begins with empathy and understanding one another. Secondly, be self-responsible. Most of you will be leaving home and will be fending for yourself more. Accept the self-responsibility that comes with greater independence. Accept when things are challenging, look inside before looking outside. Ask yourself what you can do differently, not just what someone else can do differently. Use the privilege you have been given here at Redwood and here in Marin to create more opportunities for others with less privilege. Thirdly, smell the roses. Work hard as you move forward and remember to enjoy yourself along the way. Explore and try new things. Follow your heart so your work ahead is joyous, not drudgery. Class of 2020, you will be missed, but you will certainly never be forgotten. I would now like to ask all graduating seniors, on the count of 3, to look up and give a big cheer and wave your diploma and cap to the drone camera that will be flying above as it takes a class photo. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's hear it. Come on, you can make noise. It's a photo, but go ahead. Look up. Everybody look up. Look up. Look up. Look up. Good job. Good job. And now, just because a photo's not enough, we're going to do that one more time so they can get a video. You ready? On 3. 1, 1.5, 1 3/4. 2, 3. Do it again. Look up. Everybody look up. Look up. Find the drone. Wave to the drone. Good job. Good job. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to certify that each member of the Redwood High School graduating class assembled here today has met the graduation requirements of the Tamalpais Union High School District. Members of the class of 2020, you may now move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations, you are now graduated from Redwood High School. Let's hear it for the class of 2020. That concludes the end of our first Drive-in Redwood High School graduation ceremony. I thank everybody for attending. I thank everybody who made this happen. Please follow the instructions of the parking attendants as you exit the park through the gates to the left of the stage. And please drive safely. Congratulations, class of 2020, and thank you.